Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now I am super excited today because I finally got my hands on one of the new Seiko 5s. I've actually got a little bit of a surprise for you later on in the review, so make sure you stay tuned. But anyway, today we have the Seiko 5 100-meter automatic, and this happens to be the made in Japan model, which is SBSA009. The rest of the world's going to get the SRPD59. And as usual, we're going to open this thing up, look at all the features and functions, check out the build quality, wearability, and loom, and then I'll let you know what I think of these brand new Seiko 5s. Now, as y'all know, I've partnered up with Shopping in Japan, and I'm very excited. They loan me these watches. I don't get to keep them, nor do I make a dime if any of y'all buy from Shopping in Japan, but you can save yourself some money by using my code MAV20OFF to save yourself $20 off your entire order, which will cover most of your shipping costs from Japan. Remember, MAV20OFF. Also, make sure you visit my Teespring merch store and pick yourself up a t-shirt or a mug. I'll make sure to put both of those links in the description field for you. So here you go. This is the new Seiko 5 watch box. As you can see right there, SBSA009. This is the made in Japan version. I'm really excited to show you all these watches. All right. So there's a new box. It looks like a piece of sheet metal. Pretty cool. Got a whole bunch of stuff down here, of which, of course, I can't read any. I guess this is the guarantee. I can't read that right there. Your instruction manual. And I think there's another something. There you go. Looks like this is probably a little quick start guide. There you go. All right. So let's get this boring stuff out of the way. I've got to show you all this stuff because I know a lot of y'all actually want to see what comes in the box, but it is really boring. All right, so here we go. There you go. Man, I love that sunburst style. Now, I know a lot of y'all, this thing is a little polarizing. Before I actually talk about that, let me show you the tags real quick. All right, there is the Seiko 5 tag. There you go. Of course, it's 300,000 yen, which is about $300 with the current exchange rates. No idea what this tag is. And if any of y'all know, I would love to know. I could probably just pop this into Google Translator and figure out what it's actually saying, but I have no idea what that says. There we go. All right. Now, like I said, this watch is pretty polarizing for a whole bunch of different reasons. And I have a theory, and I might be wrong, I might be right, I don't know. But I have a theory that this is not a direct replacement for the SKX. It might be, and it probably is, but I have some theory because it doesn't have the 200-meter water resistance. I swear, guys, I think they're going to put out another watch. That's just my hunch. I just have this gut feeling that this is not the direct replacement for that watch because I know Seiko listens to its customers. I think this is just the new Seiko 5 line, and it's not an actual replacement for the SKX. So now, as you know, with this one, you don't get a screw down crown. You don't get the 200-meter water resistance. And those are, you know, for some people, that's a big deal. And these are more expensive. Now, you are getting a better movement with the 4R36, which is windable and hackable, which the 7S26 was not. So is it worth the extra money? You know, to me, it's not that big of a deal. I would much rather have windability and hackability. In the old SKX, it's a great watch, but I never really kind of warmed up to it just for that fact. I've really fallen in love with the 4R36 movement. That's just me personally. Yeah, the watch is a little more expensive. I know prices are going to come down in probably 6 months or so. So these are currently around $300. I bet you they go to about, I don't know, $250, something like that, maybe even a little bit cheaper. And I think that's a fair enough price for, you know, a 4R36 movement. So really good looking watch right off the bat. It's basically the same case. I mean, the case really hasn't changed much. I can't remember because I don't have an SKX in front of me if it had drilled lugs or not. Y'all can remind me if it did. I'm not quite sure. This bezel reminds me of the same height of bezel that I had on my Seiko Turtle, where it's actually a little bit taller. The bezel reminds me of that. And of course, the dial reminds me of my orange Sunburst Monster. Let me go ahead and put that up on the left-hand side of the screen for you. I got that, I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago. Love that watch. So Anyway, let's go ahead and go over the specs, and then we'll talk a little bit more about this watch. And I really want to know y'all's thoughts. You know, some people are going to be really pissed off with this watch. Some people, you know, are just going to love it because it's a Seiko 5. You know, again, guys, I like the watch. That's just my personal opinion, but, you know, definitely let me know your opinions, okay? All right, so you're looking at a 42.5 millimeter stainless steel case. It's 13.4 millimeters thick. It's 46 millimeters lug to lug. It's on a 22 millimeter stainless steel bracelet. Of course, it's got a Hardlex crystal. It's water resistant to 100 meters, which is 330 feet. Again, it's got the 4R36 movement with about a 41-hour power reserve. You do have a non-screw down crown over there at 4 o'clock. The case back is a screw down see-through case back, which the old SKXs did not have a see-through case back. Of course, it is windable. It is hackable. You've got the date over there at 3 o'clock. You've got the day over there at 3 o'clock. That's part of being a Seiko 5, by the way. You've got LumiBrite. You've got a really nice 120-click unidirectional bezel, and if you notice, it lines up perfectly. We all know Seiko's had some problems with the bezels not lining up. Let me get it in focus there for you. It does line up perfectly, and of course, it is made in Japan. Now, the Seiko 5 styles in Japan are a little bit different than the rest of the world in 2 respects. For instance, for Japan, the suit style gets 3 models. The rest of the world gets 4. For the sports style, which is actually the same, there are 9 models for Japan and 9 models for the rest of the world. For Japan, the specialist style gets 2 models. The rest of the world gets 0. For Japan, the street style has 1 model, only 1, and the rest of the world gets 2. And the sense style has 8 models in Japan, and the rest of the world only gets 2. Now, the Sense style is the really neat one. I'm going to go ahead and put these up on the screen for you. These are the Japan Sense style models. So you get 8 of them, and man, they are absolutely crazy looking. I think they're pretty cool. I mean, you can definitely tell these are made for the Japanese market. Really cool. So like I said, I love the orange sunburst dial. I like the overall look of the watch. I mean, it feels solid. It feels very well made. I was a little depressed that you don't get solid end links, as you can see right there. Not a big deal. Let's go ahead and open up the bracelet. You got your stamped metal, kind of a Seiko hallmark, unfortunately. I mean, it's a solid bracelet. It feels great. Again, you don't get those solid end links, which is kind of a bummer. But you got your display case back. It says Made in Japan 4R36. You know the normal stuff it says on the back of a Seiko 5. Again, the bracelet feels great. I really just wish they would use a machined scissor clasp, but I just don't think they're ever going to. So anyway, let's take a look at the rest of the watch. I mean, mostly brushed surfaces. The case is highly polished on the sides, as you can see. I thought they'd maybe put a Seiko 5 logo on the crown there, but not a big deal. You do have the crown guards, just like a regular SKX case. Let's go here on the other side. Same, polished. And then you got brushed on top. The bracelet is mostly brushed. You got your Seiko logo. There you go. So, I mean, guys, it is what it is. I like it. Some of y'all are not going to like it, and I totally understand why. But, I mean, it's a Seiko 5. It's going to be a great watch. It's going to last you forever. And here's the other surprise I wanted to show you. I have got 2 of these. I wanted to get 3 of them. One with the stainless steel bracelet, which I have. One with the NATO, which this one is. And then one with the rubber strap. I couldn't get a hold of one with the rubber strap. But here is the NATO version. There you go. And this is the what? What model is this? This is the SBSA009. So there you go. Same watch, obviously just different colorway on a NATO strap. Get your Seiko logo there. Same tags. Good looking watch, man. I mean, they're both fantastic looking watches. I also like the blue dial with the blue bezel version. But this one's really nice too. So there you go. I wanted to show you this one as well. Let's go ahead and try on the orange version. As usual, feels awesome. Looks awesome. Man, I love this watch. I really love this watch. And, honestly, I don't care about the 200-meter water resistance rating not being there. It's not a big deal to me. Guys, I really just don't, I just don't think it's that big a deal. But, that's just my personal opinion. So there you go. Let's go ahead and kill the studio light and the monitor. Let me give you a lume shot. The famous LumiBrite. Now, I think they skimped a little bit on the LumiBrite application. Let me show you. It just doesn't seem like it's quite as bright as a Monster, and obviously that's just a money thing, I'm sure. Still gets the job done very well. Let me go ahead and zap the black dial version here too. Kind of compare them, see what they look like. So there you go. There are both of them together. There you go. I mean, still great looking watches, great lume. I do believe you're getting your money's worth. You are getting a much better movement. Again, 200 meter water resistance, you know, non-screw down crown, not that big of a deal to me personally. So, I mean, I love these things. I think they're fantastic looking. I think they're going to sell like crazy. And I really recommend you getting one, man. I really do. I mean, they're great watches. I mean, they're Seiko 5s. What do you expect? These are iconic, iconic watches, man. They've been around forever. And this is just the update. And again, I don't think this is going to be the direct SKX replacement. I just have a sneaky feeling that they're going to release like a, you know, I don't know what anniversary the SKX is now. I can't remember when they came out. I'll find it and put it on the bottom of the screen for you. But I'm thinking they might put out an anniversary version of that or do something. Seiko is really sneaky with how they release watches and kind of the special editions and limited editions that they put out. So anyway, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and put a link in the description field so you can head on over to Shopping in Japan's website and pick one up for $311. Also, make sure to use that code MAV20OFF, that's MAV20OFF, for $20 off your entire order. So if you get one watch, two watches, three watches, whatever, that's basically going to pay for about half your shipping or maybe most of your shipping from Japan. So, you know, guys, I mean, there are a ton of different models out there. I think a lot of them are really, really good looking. Those new Japan Sense style models are absolutely crazy. Let me go ahead and show you those again. Those things are nuts looking. They're really crazy. Especially this blue one, I guess the second from the right. That thing is just nuts looking. My favorite is probably either the white in the upper left-hand corner, the SBSA009, or possibly the bottom right-hand corner, the black and gold. I can't see the model number for that one. I'll find it and put it up on the screen for you. Those are probably my favorites. The other ones maybe look like they're meant more for the female market. I'm guessing, maybe not. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the color schemes are like over in Japan and what's considered masculine and what's considered feminine. But I think the white one's really good looking. That blue one with the orange sunburst is interesting looking. And then the bottom lower hand right corner, that black and gold is really, really tough looking. So anyway, guys, like I said, head on over to Shopping in Japan. Use the code MAV20OFF to save yourself 20 bucks off. And as always, make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you click that notification bell. All of us YouTubers really appreciate it when you do that. And please let me know what you think of these watches. I like them. You know, I'm just not as critical as some of y'all out there. I like them personally. So that's my take on it. Go out there and get one. You're going to love it. I mean, it feels like a very well-built watch. I mean, it's a Seiko 5. You can't really go wrong. Anyway, guys, I have some more Shopping in Japan watches coming up in about a week or two, so make sure you stay tuned for those. And that's it. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next review. Take care. Bye-bye.